we're not gonna do that. Like we don't came a long way.
Right.
You don't went through the preparation. You hype, you excited. Then just to get to the port, and they said, "No, we're not gonna do that." So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go through our spiel. We're gonna do the church announcements, and then at the end we're gonna cut up and we're gonna go through the questions in the chat section and do our little Q&A, and then we're gonna get on out of y'all way. How y'all like it?
Let's do it.
Let's get into it. So the first thing that we want to talk about, hold on, I got my own feedback, y'all. Ghetto. First thing that we want to talk about is packing the incorrect things in your carry-on or not.
Right.
Baby, listen. Do you want to know how many times we have gone to a cruise port and have seen people try to chase down the porter because their boarding documents are in their checked luggage that the porter is putting on that cart and that he's going to slide up underneath of that ship? Well, how you going to get on?
Right.
Your birth certificate is in there, your ID, and possibly your passport. Seen it too many times. Make sure that is on you. If you don't carry a carry-on, just make sure you put it in a folder somewhere where it's safe, somewhere where it's close to you, where you're constantly touching it, because nothing is worse than getting to the port and not having the documents to get on board. That's just insane.
Insane.
Another thing, your wine. You are able to bring on a 750 milliliter bottle of wine. Not the big one. I know y'all heard me say wine and y'all automatically was like, I'm going to go get the biggest bottle that I can bring and bring it on board. Now, 750, up to 2 bottles in a cabin. Do they check? But anyway, 750 per person, but you have to take it on.
Yeah.
If you take and put that in your checked luggage, it's going to cost you money. How? They're going to throw it away.
Right.
There is no, get it at the end of your cruise. When it comes to your wine or your champagne, I'm sorry, wine or champagne, they're going to throw it away. They say they throw it away. I'm sitting here like, that's a lot of booze.
Yeah.
I've seen some people say, well, I don't drink champagne or I don't drink wine. So why can't I bring like some beer or stuff? No. Y'all taking away Carnival's biggest moneymaker by doing that. No, they're not gonna let you cut off their nose to spite your face.
Right.
No, they're not doing that at all. Also, if you have a CPAP machine, that is considered a medical device. Please carry that on, which I know it might be a hassle, but also bring the water that goes with it as well. Do you necessarily need to bring the extension cord to it? Not necessarily. If you're talking to the ADA department or your travel agent, let them know that you need that, and that will be in your cabin when you arrive.
Right.
But if you just want to make sure, if you're like me, I don't trust that everything gonna go exactly right, I just gonna bring it anyway. So do with that what you will.
All right. If you get any value out of this live so far, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. And I see it's 139 of y'all in the house. I see you guys are speaking in the chat. What's up, family?
I see
What's
some
up?
New members as well.
Yeah, we see y'all. We see y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
All right. The next thing, and y'all don't shoot us for this one, but this is for the first time cruiser. Do not bring no iron or no steamers with you on board. Yeah, I know. It's tough.
It's a sensitive topic.
Yeah. On majority of the ships, they do have a laundry room where you can actually go and iron your clothes. Yes, it will take you some time because sometimes when you go there, you're going to see that there's sometimes going to be a line for you to wait for your clothes to get ironed, for you to iron your clothes. Yeah. But however, there is a couple of hacks that you can do. So one would be when you get on the ship, they have laundry services that you can send your clothes down to be pressed. Yeah. So we don't do like our regular clothes.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
We do our formal night attire, and that normally come in about $10 to $15. That'll be my button-down shirt, my slacks, and her dress.
Yeah.
For like $10 or $15. The next thing that you could do is you could get you the
Downy
wrinkle release.
And it works.
It works. It works. You spray your clothes, shake them out real crazy.
Hard.
That's why hard, crazy.
That's the trick.
Yeah.
You gotta do like you used to do back in the day when you were going to school.
Yeah. And the reason why they don't allow you to bring irons or steamers is because of the electric current that them things can send through the ship. You see what happened at home when you plug your iron up at the house
and your
lights go down. So just imagine if it's like 3,000 of us on there plugging the iron up. The whole ship go, doo. Like, what the hell just happened?
And look, we're already not as comfortable as we should be on the water to get with. Like, for real. You do realize that there is nothing around you, right. And then you go like just the power just go out. Mm-mm.
Yeah, our lights can't go out like the Titanic. Now we got to stay lit. So no irons, no steamers, babe. What's next?
Well, before we even get there, let me give you a little hack. If you don't want to pay for your luggage, for your the ironing service, or you don't want to do the down Henrico release, my trick is, right after you embark and you get your clothes in your room, get your luggage, go down to the laundry rooms then and iron all your clothes for the week, because more than likely everybody else is eating. They're at the buffets, they're at guys, they're getting their place on the Lido deck for the sail away party. You could be doing your clothes for the week, right, and you don't have to worry about it.
Right. That's a good hack.
Yeah, I be telling people that, but they don't listen.
That's a good hack.
It is a good hack.
Yep.
The next thing, listen, don't shoot the messenger. I know. We get this question all the time. You should see my inbox. I just giggle because I'm with you on it, but we got to follow the law.
Yeah.
No CBD products, no marijuana products. We don't care if you have a marijuana card. We don't care if it is recreational in the area that you are in or the area that you're sailing from.
Right.
They don't care. It is not one of those things that has been rolled out where you're able to do it at sea. It just is not. Your tinctures, you can't do that as well. Your CBD lotion, I wouldn't even try it. Like right now, they have a heavy police presence at these ports right now because Carnival is trying to send a message that bad behavior will not be stood for or tolerated. So the things that most people would usually get away with, I wouldn't even try it at this point. No. They have a alarming presence of dogs that are sniffing for your CBD products, your weed products, your gummies. I don't have to name them all. You know. You know.
And them dogs will sniff you too. Because we had, the queen.
Stop telling my business.
One of the recent cruises we got back from the dog come sniffing her, I was like, baby, you got some weed from somewhere?
Don't ask. No question.
But the dog was smelling
he was smelling my cookies.
Her cookies that she had on from the plane. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It scared the heck out of me though. It scared the heck out of me. I was like, woo, it got me.
Yeah. And what's the repercussions of that, babe?
The repercussions of it, for one, if they feel like they want to just send a message to everybody, you can actually get arrested because it is illegal.
Right.
But you also can get fined up to $500. Like we already started in the negative right then and there. Like we're not even on the ship yet, and we behind $500 for some skit that we couldn't even bring out.
Right.
Like we're not doing that. Nah. Not 2023, 2024.
Heck yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
And the most of all, then also you can get banned for life from ever being able to cruise with Carnival again.
Yeah.
So you do with that what you will. You grown and all that, so you can do whatever you want to do. So the next one we're going to talk about, and we stress this all the time, when you get on this ship, don't skip the e-muster. Now, that can get you kicked off the ship for sure. Yeah. But most of all, you costing all of us a whole bunch of time because the ship can't go nowhere until everybody attends the e-muster.
Well, now they're starting to, some of them are starting to revert back to kind of like a hybrid muster drill, which I'm like, it works.
Keep the e-muster, man.
Yeah, so.
But we got to do it so they can keep it.
So explain to them what the muster drill is. Like, these are first timers. They may not even know what that means.
So basically it's the safety drill. They take you through a spill, let you know what you have to do just in case the vessel have to be evacuated. So you got to go to a particular station and
Get on them little
boats. Get on the little boats and go wherever they're gonna take you to safety. So that's what the e-muster. So it's very, very important. And 9 out of 10, when you get on the ship, you're gonna hear them come over the loudspeaker and telling everybody to go to the e-muster.
Well, now, like even when we've been getting on lately, it's like as soon as you board, they're pointing you to your muster station like immediately. Way, Get it, just get it done. It has to be done. There's nothing worse than you're trying to do sail away, have a good time, and they are calling for people by name to go and attend the muster. I'm like, come on now.
Yeah.
We not doing it.
Attend the e-muster.
Yeah. I'm like, it's only right.
Yeah.
Then didn't be the main one when something go down. They didn't tell me where to go. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. All right, the next one we're going to talk about is, and I know it's tempting, and I know it really kind of makes sense, but it doesn't make sense because you're in open water and you think that, hey, I don't pay good money for this balcony. I want to just get my suave on. I want to put my robe on and just go out there, kick back, smoke my cigar or my cigarette. Now, you can't do that on your balcony, dog. You can't do it. It is a major fire hazard. I know all that water around you. Yes, it's still a major fire hazard. And if they catch you smoking on your balcony, $500 per occurrence.
Yeah.
Whoo! And right now, like I said, they have a heavy initiative going on not accepting breaking the rules and bad behavior. So this is going to be the time.
Yeah.
That they will really do what they said they was going to do.
Right.
Yeah. $500 for smokers? No. But I'll also tell you this. They do have designated areas on the ship where you can smoke. That was another question that I got a couple of weeks ago. It's like, I can't smoke on my balcony. Can I smoke somewhere else? Absolutely. They do have a place on the Lido deck. They have some other places on some of the lower decks that have the open areas where you can do that as well. So you definitely have an opportunity. And some ships have smoking casinos. You'll be able to smoke.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you're not going to have that problem at all.
All right. So the next thing we want to cover is, and I want to stress this.
Oh, yeah.
If you have booked an excursion, do not use your debit card in port. In port means that you're at whatever destination, Bimini, Mexico, Nassau. Do not use your debit card to make purchases because you open yourself up to the risk of somebody skimming your card, fraud, doing unauthorized purchases. So we always recommend that you use cash when you're in port. I must repeat, do not do that because if you've ever had any problems with a debit card or a charge that wasn't authorized, you'll go through hell trying to get that straight. But if you have to use a card, import, use your credit card. Use your credit card.
It is so much easier and you're protected to be able to say, hey, that's not me.
Yeah.
And if you got a Capital One card, they don't play no games in them Amex, baby.
Yeah. Speaking of Amex, baby. Last week I told you guys that the sign and sale, you couldn't fund it with the Amex. I was incorrect. I read it wrong on Carnival site. You can attach an Amex to your sign and sale.
That's why you're not their agent.
That's right. Yeah, I misread it. So so my bad. So if you got an Amex, you can attach
I've never paid any of mine to that, honestly. Next thing we want to talk about is no weapon.
Yeah.
Don't bring no weapons on board. Like, I know, like, people like myself, like, there's just some things that are just like, they're already there.
Right.
Make sure that you're going through your stuff and taking out those things that could cause you to get kicked off immediately. And it's some things that you may not even think that's a big deal. If your scissors are too big, they're going to look at you real sideways. And I'm one of those people, I bring the smallest pair that I can find and put it in. And I've had them take them out and look at me like, you pressing your goddamn luck here. We're going to let you on this time. But
next time
it's not going to be too cute. Your pepper spray, your mace, your tasers, all of those are technical weapons. So don't bring them on board. And then also, these are things that we may not think about, but if I just came from the gun range and I have my backpack, I could have some shell casings in my backpack. It has happened. And they're looking at you like, wait, so now you really getting real crazy with it. You don't brought your guns, your bullets. the casings with you, and it's an honest mistake. But just imagine what that looks like when you're going through a security clearance.
Right.
So make sure that you're looking, and if you have to question it, just leave it behind.
Yeah.
There's plenty of things that you could pick up on the ship and hit somebody outside the head with. It's gonna be all
right. So no tasers, no mace.
No tasers, no mace. Of course, your knives, your guns, things like that.
No.
Handcuffs. They think of those as weapons as well.
Yeah, that might be for you know.
Yeah, so if we got
your happy hour, but they don't look at it like that.
So we told people, say, if your kink is to bring them handcuffs, just go to the Dollar Tree. Don't ask me how I know, or go to Walmart and go to the dollar section and get a pair of those like pantyhose. It serves the same purpose. Right. Then bring an eyebrow razor, like the ones you get from the dollar from the beauty supply store. The dollar ones, they pink, blue, yellow. Get one of those. They don't really look at that, and then you can. Your partner can cut you free. Don't ask me how I know all this stuff. Mind your business.
Here we go. I see it's 287 of y'all in the house. If you're getting any value out of this live, please go ahead and smash that like button. The next thing that you need not to do on the cruise is, first of all, don't be late on embarkation day, because the ship will leave you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't like you like that.
Right. So make sure, in order for you not to be late, don't try, if you're leaving the morning of, don't pack the morning of. If you're leaving the day before, you might want to start packing a few days before that. So don't get on the last day and now you trying to figure out if I got everything. And then you end up being late to the port because you underestimate. Yeah, you whistling. Wish you while you work. Yes. Yeah, that's why she whistling, because she's a suspect and guilty.
I'm guilty of the crime.
And end up, we wasn't late, but you left some stuff.
Oh, I left a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So don't be late on embarkation day. And then also, if you're doing an excursion, I know if you've been combing around on YouTube long enough, you heard of pier runners. And especially if you are doing an excursion that does not belong to Carnival cruises, if you're late getting back, they will honk the horn at you and say deuces and get back home the best way that you can.
Hello.
Don't mean to put it so tough at you like that,
but you gotta.
Right. So that's why we always recommend first time cruises. People ask us all the time, should I do a third party for my excursions because they're cheaper? Yeah, they are. They are much cheaper, but you got to ask yourself, cheap ain't always better.
Yeah, especially your first time.
Right, because if they're late, and we've been on our last cruise on Carnival, we was late getting back from the dolphin excursion.
For like an hour.
And they had to wait on us because we was on the Carnival excursion, but if we did our own thing, we still would have been in Bahamas.
You ain't lying.
In Freeport, trying to get back home.
In Freeport of all places.
Yeah, in Freeport, trying to get back home.
Yeah, but if you've been looking at TikTok lately, there has been a lot of people that have I can't believe they left me. I can't believe you thought that they would.
Yeah.
Like, here's what most people don't understand when it comes to cruises. Think of cruise ships as a car. So when they pull into port, they are literally paying for that ship to be there for a duration of time.
Right.
And it is a lot of money. The moment that clock ticks down on the time that they need to be pulling up out of there, they are pulling up out of there because you ain't paid enough for the money and the fine that they're going to get for staying in that parking space too long. It's just the way that it is. It's business. I have seen where sometimes they're a little lenient with it, and they will, but don't bet on it.
Right.
Don't bet on it at all. Yeah. So the next thing we want to talk about, Jesus. I've been getting this question a lot, and I have to chuckle when I get this question because I'm like, don't let the hype of what everybody else say that they're doing or get in these Facebook groups and get all hyped up on people saying, oh my God, the Cheers package is all that. It's all that to you if you are a true drinker.
Yeah.
If you know that you are a person that likes to throw them back and that's your thing, it definitely is worth it to you. But I've had people to say, I'm not much of a drinker. Should I get the Cheers package? Hell no.
Yeah.
No. Right. Like, you are tossing so much money down the drain just by thinking that, oh, I need to get what everybody else is getting, or I need to do what everybody else is doing. No, this is an opportunity for you to customize your vacation and only pay for those things that's going to be worth it to you.
Right.
I told somebody not long ago, it took us until last year to actually do specialty dining, because for me, I was like, at the end of the day, if I'm not starving, I don't feel the need to do it. Now I've started to do it, but I never felt the pressure of, oh, I need to go to the steakhouse. I know I need to do that. Don't feel the pressure of it. If you know you're a drinker, you know you're a drinker.
Right.
If you're not a drinker, you know you're not a drinker. So keep that in mind.
All right. The next thing, and listen at me good on this one, because I understand when you trying to like book a vacation and you in the beginning of the year, seeing if you got enough time, putting in your time and hoping you get approved. Just know that whatever date that you pick that you want to sail on and you book, make sure that you know that you gonna go, because this has cost people a lot of some money. Of our clients, and some of our clients have reneged on it, be like, no, we ain't canceling. Yeah, you know, we've had one that was upwards of like $1,200 was gonna cost them if they cancel. So know that you know. So for instance, if you booked a cruise for June and you got the PTO day in and you waiting for your boss to let you know or not whether you're gonna get that time off, just know if you can get the time off, be prepared to call in.
Don't do that.
Or be prepared to pay a hefty fee to cancel. Yeah.
Because the thing that most people don't realize is most of these early saver deals, or where you see, oh, Carnival's letting you in for $50 per person or $99 per person, those are non-refundable deposits. So the minute that you put that money down, you're already lost if you have to go ahead and cancel.
Right.
So keep that in mind. As my husband said, make sure that you know we do know that things come up and things happen. They do. But also keep this in mind too. I don't think a lot of people take this in consideration, that when you buy the vacation protection insurance, that's non-refundable.
Right.
Like, just like if you put insurance on your car, you can't go back to them and say, well, I didn't use it, I want my money back. They're going to be like, no, you pay for your insurance. It is what it is. So make sure that you're keeping that stuff in mind too, because you're already going to be negative of your deposit. You're going to be negative of your vacation protection insurance. So I know people are like, well, what's the use of having the insurance? Like, then you have to go ahead and see whatever it is that maybe you incurred as a penalty. See what the insurance company has to say. I'm not a licensed insurance broker, so I can't tell you what their decision is going to be. But sometimes they're going to look at your reasoning for canceling and be like, oh, you just didn't feel like going. That's not a good viable reason to not go on your cruise. Right. And they may give you your future cruise credit. They may do a refund. Like I said, I can't speak on what they will and will not do, because that's not a decision that I can even make or can quote, honestly. It just depends on what you can provide to them as a reasoning for canceling your cruise.
Right.
And the next thing, my husband hit on this earlier, but I want to drive it home. And I know that, you know, you'll hear different things from different people that's teaching on YouTube, or you'll hear it from different places, Facebook groups or whatever. Like he said, I am not against using a third party when doing excursions, when you're experienced enough. But if it's your first time, listen at me good. Everything about this experience is going to be different.
Right.
It's unfamiliar. You don't know what these ports are going to look like. You don't know from here to there how long it's actually going to take you to commute to these excursions. Some of these excursions are upwards of 30 to 40 minutes away from the port.
Right.
So now you have that time that you're not on Carnival's time. You're on your own. So if you got to get to that to point A to point B, you get there and then you don't get back in time, it's all on you.
Yeah.
Because you decided that you wanted to spend $30 to $40 less, but now it's costing you to have to figure out how to get back home. And it's not worth it for your first time. Now, as you do this and you continue to do this, Oh, you already know what to do. Like, you know how this cab system works. You know how, if you're in Mexico, you know how the bus system works. Like, you start to get familiar with how things flow, and you know what you're able and capable of doing, even in, something not going right.
Right.
Oh, I can't get back this way. I can get back that way. Way too much to figure out when it's your first time.
Yeah.
Just go with their excursions. Call it a day.
Indeed. I want to thank everybody that's in the chat. I see everybody speaking. I see all the questions. So now we get ready to transition over where we're going to start asking some of you guys questions.
Testimony time.
Yeah. First of all, I see that we do have a couple of new members that have joined. So welcome.
Pamela and Fabiana.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I know I probably jacked that up, but welcome to the family.
Welcome to the fam. All right, I see a super chat from Rich and Jazz.
Hey, family.
Said appreciate all the gems. Thank you, fam, for the $4.99 super chat. Much appreciated.
Yes. And if y'all didn't hear when we announced that we're going to be on Melanin SC 2.0 over the Thanksgiving holiday, we will be there with them. This is a big step for me. Y'all know I don't do 7 days.
Yeah.
And the introvert is going to do 7 days with a whole lot of other people. Jesus be a
All right. I see we got another super sticker. We got it from MZA. Miss A. What's going on, Miss A? Thank you for the $4.99 super sticker.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate that. All right. I see we have another super chat from Sierra Taylor. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Can you go to the pizza shop open late that will give you an unopened bottle of beer, put them in the fridge for a full maximum over $700 drink package for 2?
I don't know if I understood that, but can you get bottles of beer at the pizza place? I'm trying to imagine because I'm not a beer drinker, so I don't remember if they have beer. Somebody put that in the chat if y'all remember if they have beer. But if it's covered under your cheers package, you can definitely take it unopened and put it in your room. That's not a problem.
Right. Because the only thing what I'm thinking about, other than when you go to the bar, some of the ships have the beer stations that you just pull up.
Yeah, but that's not open bottles.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah,
I don't know if I know they have sodas, but I don't remember if they have beer. So y'all in the chat and y'all are familiar with that. Sounded off.
Yes, indeed.
I love that we can lean on each other for stuff like that.
Thank you, Desiree, for the 99-cent super sticker. We appreciate it. Thank you. Oops.
I gotta say, did we just say
thank you, Laura, for the $5 super sticker. We appreciate it.
That's my sister-in-law's name.
All right. I don't want to mess your name up.
That's Fabiana.
Yeah, the new member. Thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. We greatly appreciate it.
Yes, indeed.
All right, we'll make sure I ain't forgetting anybody. All right, let's get into some of these questions here.
While we're baking under these lights.
All right, I see a lot of y'all are speaking. What's up, fam? What's up? What's up? All right, let's see.
Listen, today has been a day, so I am definitely feeding off of you all's energy today.
All right, we're going to take Crystal's question. Will the travel insurance cover everybody no matter what their personal insurance is?
If you have to pay for it per person. So I don't know if that's what you're asking. So for instance, if me and my husband are going on a cruise and I only put the insurance on me, it doesn't cover him.
Right.
But you can definitely insurance shop outside of Carnival. You're not bound to just using their insurance. You can get, coverage somewhere else that covers cruise travel. The only thing with that is you definitely have to read through. And like my husband said last week, don't ask them what they cover. Ask them what they don't cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did bring it up, and I probably wish I didn't bring it up. But for me and my husband, I said that we have a annual travel plan, insurance plan. That is only beneficial if you're traveling probably more than 5 times a year.
Right.
Because the price of it is not going to be beneficial to you if you're not at least traveling 5 times a year. So I did want to stress that because I had people email and ask me, it was like, if you're not traveling that much, then it's not going to be beneficial. But for me, it was beneficial.
All right. The next question is coming from Shelly. Question: do I need to send sunscreen, lotion, shampoos, and all liquid stuff in the checked luggage and or carry? And are we allowed to take nail care supplies like clippers and scissors?
Yeah, you don't have to take those things. So don't think of cruise carry-on as you would like air carry-on, where you have, limits to the sizing of things you can bring. No, if you want to carry that stuff on board with you in your carry-on, they're not going to say a word. Be careful when it comes to like your manicure kit. If those scissors are too big, that's what I was talking about earlier. They will sometimes look at you real funny. I haven't had a problem with it, but they definitely have taken them out and inspected them.
Right. All right. Let's see.
They will make sure that we're not getting on board shanking nobody.
All right. Got a question from Crystal. Can you bring a vape on the ship? I am aware that you can bring cigarettes, but unsure about vape. I guess the vape cartridge for refills.
Yeah, you can definitely bring your vape as long as it's nicotine and not CBD or THC.
All right, we got a question from our new member. Yeah. Thank you for the question. If we bring wine, can we bring a wine opener?
Yes, because if they have to open it for you, they're going to charge you. And I think it was, don't quote me, but I think the last time they were trying to charge $8, and they bring your own. Bring your own. And also, if you come into the dining room, and like some people like to just uncork it at the dining table, that's become like a inconsistent thing here lately. Like if they see you doing it, they want to charge you for it. And I'm like, no. So most people just uncork it in their room and just bring the bottle with them.
All right. Here's a good question from Aaron. Question: did Carnival stop the refundable deposits?
It depends on what you book under. So a lot of people, I'm going to do a video on this because a lot of people see high deposit and be like, no, I want to do the low deposit. It's low for a reason because they're going to snatch that if you ever have to cancel. So it just depends.
All right, let's see. Laura said, oh my God.
You made a live.
I love you guys. We are leaving in 20. Leaving on May the 20th on the Magic. I watch every video. Stanley. I hope our first cruise is goes great so I can put the deposit on the next one. I'm going to call you. All right.
And I'm going to be right here.
Indeed.
I'm going to be here.
All right. Next question is from K Unique. Can onboard credits be used for excursions booked through Carnival?
Somebody correct me in the comments because recently, like probably within this last year, they changed it where your onboard credits can be used before you go on board. And I think excursions is one of the things that you can. I definitely have paid for internet. I've paid for specialty dining with my onboard credit, but I don't know if I've paid for excursions. And you probably can.
All right. Appreciate the super sticker there, Brian. Was that Brian? Appreciate that, Brian. The $1.99 super sticker. Appreciate.
I don't know why I said it like that, but I literally sounded it out, Brian.
So Allison said, love you guys. Thank you for all the information. You are so welcome. Laura said she's from Norfolk. RBA.
My sister.
Yep.
We're close to it.
All right. So the next question is from that's Sharby B. How can we find out the activities on board before boarding, such as 70s night or white events?
Here's the thing. Carnival does not make it easy for you to know these things ahead of time. I wish that they would publish it on their website, but the answer that I've always gotten is it's really up to the cruise director of what events they have on board. For those people that are really willing to research it, follow the cruise director if you know how to do that. And usually they'll tell you, but really, I just prepare for certain things just blanketed. Right. I prepare for a white night. I prepare for an 80s party. I prepare for, of course, for your formal night in Motown. I prepare for those things.
Right.
Just because you just don't ever know unless you're a person like me that goes and researches it, but they don't publish it. I mean, they have a blanketed guideline on the internet, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be on your sailing. It just depends on what the cruise director wants to do.
All right. Thank you so much, Laughing Gina, for the 1999 super sticker. We appreciate you. You be coming through here every week.
Every week.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you. I see I have a question from Lovely. Said, can you bring 4 small packs of wine, or does it have to be a 750 bottle?
Long as it does not exceed 750, they will allow you to bring them. Because I've done that before.
All right. I see we got another super sticker from Kenneth. Appreciate it, bro. Hey. Thank you for that, man. We appreciate it. All right. So I see another question here. Question: taking my Arctic son on the cruise in October on the Glory. I know they have a program through customer service. Any experience dealing with it?
It depends. You definitely need to get in touch with the ADA department, because depending on what your son's needs are, they will be able to tell you, what are the things that they can do to accommodate. Like if he has like noise sensory, like there's some things that they definitely can do, and they customize it towards whatever the needs are. So personally, I have not, but I have dealt with the ADA department in aiding in that process. So it's definitely something that they are very familiar and very good at doing.
All right, we got the next question for Draymond. What is your advice about sneaking alcohol?
You really gonna ask me that?
On board? Can you bring 12 pack of sodas on board?
Listen, just go
so
on
you
the
don't
internet.
know if you don't ask.
Go on the internet. It'll tell you everything you need to know. That's all I'm gonna say.
But yeah, you can bring 12 pack of sodas.
Yeah, you can bring your 12 pack, and that's not a limit. So everybody in your cabin can bring a 12 pack of canned sodas on board. You can't, no bottles.
Yeah, and then we also recommend, like, if you don't think you're gonna drink them all, do the minis, because I find that when I bring on a whole 6-pack, 12-pack of Cokes, I might drink 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, so I just started doing the minis so I can stop throwing sodas away at the end of the cruise.
Yeah,
because I definitely ain't putting them back in my bag.
That part.
All right, I see we have a super chat from Kenneth Smith. What's going on, fam? Hey, coming through to show you guys some love. I need a vacation now. Hey, let's do it. Let's do it, fam.
I mean, that's just a thing, right?
Right. All right, let's see what we have here.
What you
got? Got a question for fam. Will they stop me from bringing my teleport wine on board?
Listen, they shouldn't, but I heard that with the popularity of teleport, I heard that some ports are really like, nah, you can't bring that. And it's because of the high alcohol percentage. But I'm like, but you give people 15 freaking drinks a day on the Cheers package. Like, make it make sense. But personally, I have not had that experience. They don't have a stipulation on their website, which is what I go by, is what's in writing. But I heard.
All right. See, Anna Sean say, I came back from my first cruise on today.
Hey.
Why did the Carnival Valor? We did the Carnival Valor. My boys and I had an awesome experience. Awesome. Your channel really helped. We're glad we was able to help you have an awesome vacation. Like, for those of you that don't know why we do this for that simple fact, because our first cruise on Carnival was a disaster, because we did not have any of this information. We didn't do no research. But if you would like to hear that horror story, we do have that link down below. But yeah, so that's why we in this game, to help people out with cruise, and we get those all the time, and it does our heart joy when we hear it. Yeah, because that's the mission.
Yeah, because I wish there was a Stanley Lynette when we was doing it.
Yeah. All right. I see we have another super chat from Sherry Jones
with Midlife Travels. I like love that.
It. Great information. Thanks from Southeast Oklahoma and Midlife Travels. All right. Thank you so much for the $10. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I love that name.
Yeah, man. All right. I see we got another super chat. $1.99 from Warhog 2022.
Hey.
Thank you for the information. You are so welcome.
So welcome.
Indeed. All right.
What else you got?
See what we got. All right. If you getting any value out this live, please go ahead and smash that like button.
I swear.
Yeah, you got to hit that doorbell when you come in. I see it's 429 of y'all in the house.
Rude. Like, you don't go to people's house and don't speak to them. We country folk. We speak.
All right. Next question is from Kayla. I remember you said to put cash on a sign and sale and not the debit.
We said put cash or your credit card. But don't put your debit
Don't
card.
put your debit because of the it is not like a hard and fast rule. We just don't want you to come back home and you thought you had $200-300 to spend and only find out
up in your holes.
and then you coming back and your account is bouncing. You bad enough you already spent the grip to have a good time. So we don't want that to happen to you. That's why we say that. All right, let me see. Here we go. All right, we have another super chat from Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Appreciate it, Frank. I did the casino match. I got the free y'all listen to this one. I did the casino match. I got the free room upgrade. Should I take the spa indoor room or the ocean view? Can I bring a bottle of apple cider? I don't think
drink.
I don't drink. Drinks on us at the casino. What can I get?
All right, let's dissect this. So you have opportunity to get a spa interior or a regular ocean view. Question is, will you use the spa? Like, are you going to do any of the perks that comes with being in a spa interior? So that's the first question. If not, I'm always a stickler for at least being able to see outside. That's my thing. So I would do the ocean view over the spa interior any day. That's just me. So it just depends on what kind of person you are. Can you bring a bottle of apple cider? Yeah, you can do that. I had to think about it real quick. And the drinks on us at the casino, they can make any of your drinks virgin at the casino, but not the casino bar. In order to get those free drinks on us, you gotta be sitting at a machine. Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that.
You have to be sitting at a machine.
Yeah.
So what I do is I just sit there, put my card in. But it's very inconvenient.
Yeah, because especially if like you way on the other side of the ship and you want another drink, you gotta walk all the way to the casino. So yeah, don't be fooled by that. But it's still a good deal though.
Yeah, if it's a good deal. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta weigh the numbers.
Right. All right. Let's see.
What you got?
All right. Question from Carol. I see a few comments about casino use and upgrades. Do you have any additional info?
We covered this probably a few videos ago. And here's the thing, when it comes to casino deals and things like that, as a first timer, the likelihood of you having those is not going to happen because you don't have skin in the game with Carnival yet. Like, they're not going to give you these crazy deals to come on board unless they know that they have a great opportunity to get that money back out of you. It's just marketing. It's business one-on-one. If you are a person that land-based gambles now you can talk some skit. Like, you can call into Carnival's casino department and see if they could do a match for your land-based casino. And then maybe they'll be able to add some perks onto your booking. But here's the thing. Some people don't understand. Just because Carnival is doing like the upgrade, the free drinks in the casino, see what that base price is versus what a regular price is. Because sometimes they make it look good, but you're actually paying for it. And that's what people have to dissect. Like, even the Cheers for You. Sometimes Cheers for You could be an amazing deal where you get free drinks all across the ship. Sometimes you are paying for those drinks and you don't even know it because your price is $700 more than the early saver deal. But you have to do that math. So yes, they definitely do incentivize people that do gamble in the casino, but you definitely have to have some skin in the game, either with them or on land.
All right. Still a question from K Unique. Any suggestions on matching couple shirts? We already have the trouble shirts and everyone loved them. Going on another cruise in May.
powerinblack.com.
Well, she was asking, for the shirt,
and use code Lynette, Lynette.
Well, she said she already got the trouble shirt, so
I'm getting you.
Okay. I got you.
God darn it. They have a lot of couple shirts over there, like they have the king and the queen shirts.
Yeah.
Definitely the trouble ones. I like the one that that says something about I'm the better half, and then it's kind of like split. I like that shirt. What was the one we had on last week? Wife and hubby. We won't wear that on a cruise anymore.
Yeah,
because everybody thought it was our honeymoon. But yeah, just look around on their website. They have a good little selection. And if you're into the zodiac signs, it'll be cute to match do zodiac sign shirts. That's your thing.
All right, let's see. All right, we got a question from Laugh Gina. Hey, can Gina, you bring food back on the ship from a port?
We've done it, and sometimes they tell us no.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't push the issue. Like if you're eating something, you come on board, usually they won't say nothing. But if you got a whole hot plate, then sometimes they probably looking at you like, what are you doing? But like when we went to Bahamas, we were even like kind of cautious about bringing back the rum cakes because we didn't know if they were going to toss them out. But they told us, they was like, if it's packaged and you bought it from there, they'll go ahead and let you bring it.
Right. All right. Let's see.
But the question would be, when you leaving the ship, ask them.
All right, babe. T-Rock said, what about this 8 day?
Fam, you ain't gonna let it go, are you? Look, Fam invited us on the trip with her peeps, with their peeps, man. And listen, I gotta do the sim first. Like, I'm gonna see if I survive.
So you gotta vet it out with the sim first. Oh my God. All right. What's up, fam?
What's going on, fam?
Vanna Black, that's long time fam there. Appreciate the $5 super sticker. We appreciate that.
We told y'all, funny thing about her is we met her on a sailing and we accidentally end up on every sailing together.
Right.
Never planned it. Never planned it. And then she found us on Instagram and we just been kicking it ever since.
All right. I see we got another super chat from Debrella. I hope I said that. Gabrielle, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat.
Appreciate it.
Cruising on the Vista on June the 3rd out of Galveston. I have the drink package. Was told on the first day I can't use it. Does that include non-alcoholic drinks?
Non-alcoholic, you're fine. But that alcohol, no. Can't do nothing with it on that first day. Hate it? Yes.
All right. I see a question from Sabrina. Can I put luggage covers on my luggage? That's a really good question. We actually been looking at some luggage covers.
Yeah, I've been looking at some to customize.
Yeah. What's up? Scat said that junk still black, man. Stand live. Yeah, I love the simpler, man. It does a good job. It really does a good job.
The reason I like it is because I have used it once. But literally, that bottle is in this freaking house so goddamn long. I'm like, my God.
Yeah.
It lasts like 4 months.
Yeah, it lasts a long time.
So it's like $40, but it lasts you like 4 months.
Yeah. All right. I see we got a from Change More. Are Tokyo Tea alcoholic beverages worth trying? Hell yeah. If the ship got them.
We put that drink on the map. I'm not even going to lie to you. We put it out on the YouTube map. And now, even when we go, it's like we don't have all the ingredients to make it. Yeah. But literally, it's a spin on a Long Island. They just use like a melon liqueur and something else. They put something else. Yeah. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna let y'all in on something because we're vacation drinkers. We at home, wine may be it, but that's about it, really, honestly. We drank a couple of them Tokyo teas. And if y'all were on a cruise with us out of Norfolk in May of 2022, we apologize.
Because we don't remember any of
it.
Could have got throwing Tokyo teas, man.
We looked through the camera reel the next morning, and I don't remember taking pictures with half of the people I took pictures with.
Nope.
I was like, this is scary. What did I say?
Yeah. Or what I didn't say.
I mean, we in there like talking about we in there cutting up, and I'm like, It was like an episode of The Hangover when they look through the camera reel at the end. You make my head right.
Say, oh dear Lord.
I had to look, make sure I had my lateral sizer.
So yeah, if you go on the ship and you're in the casino, ask them for the Tokyo tea and be praying that they have it.
Yeah.
You won't regret it.
And it would kick in so goddamn fast that it's like, when did that happen?
Yeah.
Because you legit don't remember when it kicked your butt like that.
Right. All right. We got another super chat from Tam Ferguson. Appreciate the 1999 super chat. New to watching your channel and booked your cruise in September. Any recommendations for over 50 crowd?
We ain't doing numbers. You do everything we're gonna do. No, for real. Like, just be carefree with it. Be open to just trying new things.
Right.
Which is something that even I have started to adapt, because I know what I like. I like what I like, and I just kind of just continue to do that. But even these last few cruises that we're in, I don't like shows. Like, that's not my thing. I've learned to like really just place myself in the atmosphere to do the shows, like really just take it all in and just do the overall experience. I would say just try something different. Like, even if you just don't want to do everything out of the box, just try a couple of things that are just different for you. If you want to do a splurge, I have heard, and I might do this on the Celebration, do that daggone chef's table.
Yeah.
Like, that's an experience out of this world from what I have seen and I have heard.
Yeah.
It is costly, but what's the cost of a good time?
Yeah. Hey, Fashion Tree. If y'all still in the comments, man, I can't wait to talk to y'all on Monday. But in that video, in the live, when Fast say, "What's the cost of a good time?" It ain't no cost, man. Like, and I'm gonna steal that from you. See, I already stole it from you, Fast. Yeah, it's no cost to a good time, man. All right, we got another super chat. Hey fam, 757 cruising in May. Can't wait. We can't wait either, man.
Y'all leaving out of Norfolk? We have a lot of people going on that on sailing, actually. Crazy thing about it is I'm sending a lot of my family out of Norfolk, and we're flying to Miami.
All right, we got another super chat here from Christina. Appreciate it. Do you know if they have almond milk on board? My Tyler is lactose intolerant, but has his cup of almond milk every night before bed.
Don't quote me, but that's something to ask the 88 department. Y'all down in the comments, do y'all know that? And I probably do know it. It's just not at the forefront of my brain right now because I'm burning up and I have had a day.
All right. And I'll be looking for if anybody say that answer.
Yeah.
All right. We got another super chat from Kendra. We appreciate that. I finally caught a live. We finally glad you caught a live.
I swear. What took you so long?
See, I'm going on my first cruise on Monday, sailing out of Temple. All of the videos have been so helpful. I've binge watched for months. Wow. Thank you so much for the time you spend. You are so welcome. We thank you for that, for the blessing.
Danny V said, yes, they do have almond milk on board, especially in the coffee bar area.
All right. Appreciate that, fam. Yeah, this is a fam that know about all the good drinks, too, over at the Alchemy Bar.
No, that's not him.
That ain't Danny?
Not the other Danny.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad.
We got a few of them.
Yeah. All right. What's going on there, Big Al? Appreciate the super 199 super sticker. Appreciate that, brother.
I told you, when y'all do stuff like that, y'all pay for him to do gadgets and gadgets like this.
All right. Let's see. We have another question from Vanessa Baker. We are leaving in May on our first cruise. Oh,
that's a statement.
Yeah. Have fun on your cruise.
Have fun.
I meant to click this one here. What's going on, Angela? Hey, guys, do room service come off for your sign and sale card?
It does.
Yes.
It does.
Let's see.
It'd be worth it, too, when you in the middle of the night and you just, like, woke up and you just want to eat horribly.
Yeah.
It'd be worth it.
Let's see.
What you got? You make my head.
Question from Lavar.
Hey, Lavar.
I'm on the Carnival celebration June 17th, staying in the Havana area. Is it worth it?
Okay, big money.
And is there any perks for the Havana?
Listen, now I know I'm probably not gonna see your answer, but it depends, because here's what we always say. If we're cruising with other people, we just don't do like special rooms that's going to segregate us from them, because it makes us getting together so much more harder. So it depends. Like if you have people in your party that have regular rooms and you want to enjoy the Havana area, like they have their own hot tubs and different things like that, a bar area that nobody else can go to. It just has to be worth it to you to be able to do those things exclusively without them. Now, if you're going by yourself or you're going with your boo or whatever, yes, worth it. It's more of a experience where you don't have to deal with a lot of the crowd. So you can get your drink on. They have music, like they got. The hell was that?
I hear.
Oh, because I was about ready to go get my stuff. I'm not playing.
All right, we got another super chat from Cal Tucker. My first cruise was on the Carnival holiday out of Miami 30 years ago. Oh wow! Because I was trying to like Carnival holiday. Okay, we will be on the Panorama in December. Okay. You guys are very helpful. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat as
you
well.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
Look, it's going to be like old time.
Yeah.
30 years. That's crazy.
Wow. All right. I see another question from Cassandra. Cruising in June to Bimini for my birthday. That's what you did,
That's
man.
what I did too. They put me on the menu. I'm still on the menu over there.
What's the best part of the beach to go to? The free one or the Excursion like 360?
I know what you're thinking. The water.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I've heard that some people love the vacancy of the free beach, because a lot of people do the 360 beach because it's in the thick of where everyone is going to be to have that fun out there. But literally, the free beach be like right there. So it just depends. But of course, you have to pay for an umbrella or a chair or something like that. But it just depends. But the water is the water, and the water in Bimini is amazing. So
yeah. All right, we got another super sticker, I believe, from Wendy Tucker. Thank you, Wendy. We appreciate the $4.99. We really appreciate that.
Yes, indeed.
All right, I see we got another question from Lollipop. How
Lolly and Pop?
Oh, Lolly and Pop. My bad. How do you attach a Carnival gift card to onboard credit or sign and sale, or do we have to wait until we get on board?
Yeah, you do that during your check-in process, which happens a couple of weeks before your sale date.
Yeah,
you can do all that skip right there. And then if you don't have, that, you can definitely do that on board as well.
All right.
So if you have troubles, you can do it. Trust me, they're going to figure out a way to put that on there.
All right, I see we got a Virgin question.
Yeah.
Question, traveling Virgin Voyages on June the 9th to the 13th. How do you purchase more sailor and what can you use? What can it be used for versus the bar tab?
Yeah, you can log into your app and there's a place on it. I think it's called add-ons.
Yeah, I think it's add-ons. Yeah.
And you'll be able to do it there. What else can you buy for? What can it be used for versus bar tab? Well, Sailor Loot can be used for everything
on, yeah.
So you can use those 4 things at the bar, but bar tab is just
straight
drinks,
at the bar,
just straight drinks, and you have to buy the bar tab in $300 increments. That's the only thing with that.
What's up, Denise?
Hey,
fam. Question: can you speak on the inclusive cruising?
Oh, Virgin. So Virgin Voyages, who has made a cruiser out of me, because y'all have heard me say like all inclusives, like going to a resort. That's like my thing, and it still is my thing. Like that's my baby. And I'll do cruising with my family because I love group cruising. Group cruising is a freaking amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's game changer.
But they got doing Virgin Voyages though. That made a cruiser out of me because I legit felt low-key depressed when I had to leave. I was like, I can literally do a back-to-back. But with Virgin Voyages, they have basically solved the problem that every cruiser has ever complained about. It's the nickel and diming this, paying for that, having to do this. So with Virgin, in your cruise fare, your basic beverages are included. So you don't have to purchase 12 things of water.
Nope.
You don't have to bring no sodas on board because they have soda machines that you use. Your coffee, your tea, your non-pressed juices, all are included in
Wi-Fi is included.
Wi-Fi for every device is included. Well, I'm not gonna say every device. You're gonna have Wi-Fi for your device on board. And it's decent Wi-Fi. Like we haven't had any problems. And I work on board. Right. I just put my VPN in and secure and lock my stuff down. I've never had a problem. Also included is your gratuities. So you don't have to tip anyone if you don't want to. It is included in the fare.
Right.
Now we do it just because we just extra like that and we like to take care of the people that's taking care of us. Also included, they don't have buffets.
No buffet.
They have specialty dining style restaurants and they have quick eats, which is basically like a food court area where you sit down, look at the menu, they come around, you tell them what you want, they bring it to you, you sit down, you eat it. All that's included as well. All of the fitness classes are included. Real facts. The only thing that you have to pay for on Virgin is drinks.
It's drinks. Yep.
And if you come in on a good promo, they usually will include the $300 bar tab. So it's legit one of those places that unless you're buying souvenirs or shirts or stuff like that, you don't have to spend a dime and you can do everything. It's not like, oh, I paid this and I still have things that I need to do. Now, for instance, you want to do specialty things like they have a crawl walk, which is basically like a bar crawl.
Right.
Of course, that's a little bit more money. But that's literally it. They have karaoke rooms, like real studio karaoke rooms. A blast.
Yeah.
So they have created that all-inclusive experience on board.
But speaking about Virgin, we've been having this conversation in private. So I'm gonna make it public. That we wanted to because those y'all we've done some Virgin content already on the channel, some reviews and some teaching videos, but we was actually thinking about actually doing some lives, but we was actually thinking about actually separating them, have a live for Virgin and then also having a live for the first time Carnival. But we just wanted to know y'all opinion before we leave about here. Your opinion, would you?
Because we don't want to waste our time.
So would you like to have like Virgin content mixed in with the Carnival, or would you like to have it on its own separate night? All right, I see we got another super chat.
Hey.
Y'all have me scheduling trips for PTO I don't have.
Don't blame it on me.
Yeah, but traveling is definitely contagious.
It's therapeutic.
Right. It's a time. All right, so I see some people coming in saying separate now.
Mixed into both.
Mixed into both.
Because it seems like it always mixes into both anyway.
Mix in, separate. Yes, mix in.
Because Virgin is so new that a lot of people are just starting to like get eyes on it. And the more YouTubers are getting on board, it's the more that people are like, oh, I wasn't interested before. Oh, I heard at first it was a swingers cruise. I'm like, where did you get that from? Because real facts, I still been looking like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I see. I'm seeing more separates than I'm seeing mixes.
Okay.
It said exactly. You can split the segments of your live. True. I like that. Somebody said mixed.
I see somebody asked a question, but it's probably up there for you. But they wanted to know the difference between what is a circle on Virgin. A circle is basically a group. So they call their groups circles. So if you say, oh, I want to do a group cruise, I want to do a circle sailing. It's just the verbiage thing. Like they say sail or loot, but is onboard credit. Yeah, it takes you a while to get like their lingo down pat, because like their balconies are called sea terraces. And then when you're looking at people's like, I don't know what a balcony is. Well, it's the sea terrace.
All right, I see we got another super sticker from Teaser. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am seeing y'all answers in here. Mix it, separate. I'm seeing a whole lot of separate. So stay tuned. We'll let you know what direction we're gonna go with that. But we're gonna go ahead and put a pin right here. We enjoyed everybody that came out tonight. Hope that your questions got answered. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for binge watching all of our content. Like we said, we can continue to put out content, and we're gonna see y'all in the next video. Straight from the VA.
The dirty South.
2 up, 2 down. Holla!